Hey, Martinville. As you know, this Saturday on May 3rd, Martinville will be facing one of the most important local elections in the history of our city. On May 3rd, we will determine how we want to govern, how we want to run our city. Right now, we're under a current special legislative charter. This charter has been outdated, antiquated, and it has been abolished since 1974. The state said that no other cities, towns, or villages can have a charter like that. It's not because it's a good thing, it's because it's a bad thing, okay? Meaning that we want to, and I'm recommending that we go to a Lawrason Act, all right? The Lawrason Act is governed by 248 out of 304 cities in the state, meaning that's 85% of the cities in our state, all right? It brings more accountability, it brings separations of power, and it brings more structure. Everything that our charter does not offer. Our special legislative charter was enacted in 1898 when the city of Martinville only had one employee. That was the horse and buggy days. Okay, this is what we want to govern our city under. This is what we want to continue to run our city under. At that time, women didn't even have the right to vote, and black people didn't even have the right to vote. And that's what we still want to do. That charter has not been amended hardly at all right? The Lawrason Act was also in 1895, but it has been currently updated every 5 years up to current, okay? You have cities like Parks, Brewbridge, Henderson. That's all the cities in our parish that's under the Lawrason. You have even the city of Louisville, the small village or town of Louisville is under the Lawrason. And we're not even talking about the cities of Broussard, Karen Crow, Youngsville, Rain, and other cities that are prospering today. Okay, so where do we want to be? We want to stay in the 1800s or we want to be modernized? Let's ask ourselves in Martinville, why hasn't the city progressed over the years? It's because of our charter. Some would say that's not true, but I say it's true. Okay, because our charter does not bring good policies and procedures. A charter is similar to policies and procedures. Doesn't matter who comes in, it's the same policies and procedures. Meaning that when you come in, if you want to know how to do something, what not to do or what to do, you go into policies and procedures. Our charter provisions contradict themselves. In the beginning it says this, in the end of it says this, then so much information is missing in it, which means that it's solid. We are to go to the provisions of the Lawrason. That is a rule by the state, meaning that our charter is so outdated, it has a lot of missing information. So whenever the information is missing, they tell us to go govern under the Lawrason Act, right? We have so much training in Baton Rouge that comes down, all right, updates, and everything is around the Lawrason. They have no training for our charter. So when you have a new mayor, you have a new council, you can't even understand it. I spoke to 8 different attorneys, including Chester Cedars, including our city attorney now, Mr. Sprinky Duron, all right? And he said that you can interpret it 8 different ways. It's problematic. It brings conflict and it brings confusion. And all of that, what it does, it hurts our city. It does not bring accountability, meaning the mayor blames the council blames the mayor. And who hurts? The people of the city, because we don't go nowhere. So this is why we need to change to a more updated charter, which is the Lawrason Act, which 248 out of 304 cities around our state is governed under. Let me address some of the things that the opposition are saying out there and to put fear in the minds of some of you guys, okay? The first thing is, they say that you would lose your voice. That's the signs out there, we would lose our voice. How is that true? Is the other cities around us that's under the Lawrason Act, their constituents lost their voice? Do they not have city council members? Do the city council members do not attend meetings and have a voice? So how will someone lose their voice when we just trying to adopt the same thing that they are adopting? Okay, the truth is they will have more of a voice because the council member will spend more time in their districts listening to the concerns of their constituents, right? And the mayor will do his job as you guys elected the mayor to do, okay? They say that it will make the mayor a dictator. The mayor will have all the power. That is not the truth as well. The Lawrason Act actually does a separation of power. It gives more of a balance of power. It would separate what the mayor duties are versus what the council duties are. All right, the mayor runs day-to-day operations. The mayor does the hire and fire, okay? And that's really much what the mayor does, okay? The council is the one that makes the laws of the city, which approves every ordinance. A mayor does not have a vote on that. The council also approves all the resolutions. The mayor does not have a vote on that. and the council also approves the budget that the mayor helps prepare with the CFO for the council to approve. The mayor can't spend $1 outside of that budget that was approved by the council. All right, so how does that give the mayor to be a dictator? It gives separation of powers and more checks and balances. It assures you that one branch of government does not have too much power. Checks and balances, just like every other city, 248 out of 304 cities have. The opposition are saying, why not just amend our charter? Do we know, or do you know, how complicated and complex it is to amend the charter? If it was so easy, it would have been amended so many times. It is not. I have a fact sheet right here, and I'm just going to read a few things off of it. In order to amend the charter, the city must prepare in writing the desired amendment. The proposed amendment must be published for 3 weeks in the official journal. The proposed amendment must then be submitted to the governor. The governor then submits the proposed amendment to the Attorney General for an opinion as to whether the proposed amendment is consistent with the Constitution and federal and state laws, including whether the proposed amendment is consistent with the provisions of the Lawrason Act. Meaning that even when you try to amend it, it has to be in line with the provisions of the Lawrason Act, or the AG office will kick it back. So that's why it's never been amended. That's why it's not easily amended. It's a waste of time. That's why it has been abolished. Okay? So do we want to stay in this? We're still in the 1800s, people. Think for yourself. Do not let the opposition put this fear in your mind. The opposition doesn't even have a single expert to say we need to stay with this charter. An expert. Remember what I said? We're talking facts, not feelings and opinions. Let's talk facts. Okay, we have our city attorney, Sprinkle Allen Dudon, that's saying we need to change to the Lawrason. We have Chester Cedars, who is recognized by everyone in Martinville as one of the smartest lawyers that we ever seen. All right, that's saying go to the Lawrason. We have an expert with over 33 years of experience that studied exactly those charters. Know every single charter in the state that every city or town has. Know every home rule charter and know the Lawrason Act up and down. That write the bills to update the Lawrason Act. That give the literature that's saying our charter is outdated, antiquated, and been abolished. So you call the AG's office. They say, why not change to the Lawrason Act? You speak to anybody in Baton Rouge, they say, why not change? Any other mayor, city council, any other city saying, when y'all gonna leave the outdated, abolished charter, right? But then we have a few that have feelings and opinions that saying stay with our special charter. Do we want to grow, or do we just want to stay where we at? We can't have change and we want to continue doing the same thing. Let me repeat that. We can't expect change, but we want to continue to do the same thing. And doing the same thing is staying within that charter. You guys elected me to bring unity and to move the city forward. That's what you guys elected me on. That's what I came to your house for. That's what I'm standing on. I'm about bringing the people together, not division. I'm about bringing the city forward, moving the city forward. And I have shown everything that I've been doing to do just that. But now we at a halt, trying to stay in the outdated, abolished, antiquated charter. We can't continue to go down this road, my people. We need change. The oppositions are also saying that other cities around us was not offered to be in a special legislative charter because there was enacted after the charter was abolished in 1974. That is untrue. Once again, let's talk facts. Not feelings, not opinions. Let's do our research, people. Do your own research. Because they will say everything and anything to get you to have fear. Okay? The truth is, the city of Parks, or the town of Parks, or the village of Parks, Henderson, Broombridge, all had the opportunity to go to the special charter. All right? Broussard, Karen Crow, Rain, Lerville, all had the opportunity to go in the special legislative charter. The only city that was not offered to go into a special legislative charter was the city of Youngsville, right? Because that is a brand new city. So all of that is not true. That is false. The opposition is also saying that under the Lawrason, the mayor will have the ability to block the agenda, meaning that that's how you guys are saying that you would lose your voice. But let me say this. That is the truth. In the Lawrason gives the mayor the authority to approve or block the agenda as he or she sees fit. But the thing is, the mayor, him or her, has the ability under our current charter to block the agenda if he or she sees fit. The reason is because our charter is solid. Once again, our charter is missing a lot of information. So whenever it is not in the charter, our charter does not say who has the ability or who has the authority. So it goes solid. So when it goes solid, the state requires us to go to the provisions of the Lawrason. Under the Lawrason, the mayor has the ability to block the agenda. In the Lawrason Act, council members have the right to have their own meeting without the mayor. Okay, so that doesn't give them authority? Let's talk facts and let's not talk fiction. Okay, so there's a myth out there that the council approved an ordinance in 2018 that gives them the authority to add stuff to the agenda. No ordinance approved by no council can trump a charter. Let me repeat. No ordinance approved by no council have the authority to trump a charter. They have to amend the charter. So let's not let the people confuse you. But once again, this is what kind of confusion our charter brings. Because the information is not in there, because it contradicts itself, nobody actually knows how it works. So some say it works this way, some say it works this way. And that's how you end up in court. That's how you end up in court and costing the taxpayers lots of dollars. Because a judge has to decide who is right. Because it contradicts itself. That is a confusion. It doesn't give good policies and procedures. People, we need a change. This is your voice. This is your city. This is not about Jason Willis. This is about you. This is about the future of our city. Just think of it, policies and procedures. Same rules, doesn't matter who come in, and it will bring accountability. If you have a bad mayor, that bad mayor won't be able to hide behind the council and say it's the council's fault. If you have a bad council, the council won't be able to hide behind the bed or behind the mayor. It would be the council's fault. But the council will spend or need to spend more time in their districts answering the concerns of the citizens, doing what a council member is supposed to do, and also updating and approving the laws of the city, the resolutions, and approving a good budget. And let the mayor do what the mayor is elected to do. Run your city. Remember everyone, May 3rd, this Saturday, please go out and vote. You can't complain if you don't go vote. Your voice needs to be heard. Yes to the Lawrason Act.